Hey everybody, Arturo Johnson here. And in today's video, I want to talk about a topic of why most life insurance agents are broke. And it's one of the things that I really just feel like most agents are not understanding why this key thing that I'm going to talk about in this video. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're chasing your tail, if you're feeling like you just keep getting told to buy more leads, if the money that you're putting in, you're not getting a return on it, only to make enough just to buy the next batch of leads, and you just feel like you're on this hamster wheel. This video is going to explain why you feel that way, and hopefully I can explain to you how you can break out of it. And so again, don't use lead vendors as your primary lead source. Now, I'm not saying don't use lead vendors at all. I would prefer not to, because the person who controls the leads controls everything. But again, this would not be my primary source. And so leads are the lifeblood of the business, right? We need people to talk to. And you start with your warm market, you make your P200, right? And then once you get outside of your warm market, you have to use cold methods, whether it's social media, whether it's paid ads, whether it's your upline has an agency CRM or something like that, or you just use lead vendors and mailers, right? You need more prospects to talk to. So if you don't have a sales problem, you have a people problem, and most agents just don't have enough people to talk to. And if leads are the lifeblood of the business, because I was thinking about this, right? Then the person who controls the leads controls everything, right? The person who controls the leads controls your business, right? And so if you don't have full control over your leads, then your business is left up to chance by someone else. And if you don't have an automated, predictable system to generate clients, then you technically don't have a business, right? And this is why this is risky, right? And so a lot of times this is a little bit of the frustration that most agents have, right? This is what happens to most agents. They buy leads from lead vendors, right? They do some kind of data collection. And a lot of times they're just scraping lists, right, of old information that they had off a website. They paying some guy in India or Nigeria, nothing against them, but that's just what the process is. And they're getting a list of people, right, a list, and then they're selling it to you, right? Or they're using some type of bait and switch tactics in marketing, and then marking those leads up and sell them to you. You know, you ever get on the call with somebody and they're just like, well, I didn't sign up for that. I didn't fill that out, right? And you just like, gosh, it happened again. And that's because of the bait and switch marketing. See, the thing is you don't know what they saw before you have a conversation with them. So that's why it's so awkward, right? There only needs to be one variable that needs to be changing in the system, and that's the prospect, right? You need to know marketing. You need to have that conversation with them ahead of time. You need to nurture them. You need to educate them, right? You need to drip on them. And a lot of times people just don't realize what's happening now. See, Google did a study, and it shows that now trust is at an all-time low online. So if you just specifically for life insurance agents doing telesales, right? You got to understand that trust is at an all-time low, right? And in this study, what they found is that people need 7 hours of content to consume over 11 different touch points on 4 different platforms. And that's the 7-11-4 rule. And this is the effort that you have to put in these days in order to get someone's trust, right? So the first thing you need is attention. The second thing you need is trust. And then the next thing you need is a conversation to convert someone. And so without having all of those things, no wonder you aren't selling more leads, right? So then they deliver the leads to you, and then you go to dial them, and 2 things happen. One is you're not making any sales. And the other thing is you're just frustrating. And, you know, when you voice this to your upline or the company that's selling you leads, that's making a spread off of you, plus they're selling you crappy leads, the only thing they tell you to do, the only answer they have, the only answer anybody ever has is you need to just buy more leads, right? And so this is okay. I mean, there's a better model. And I'm going to go over this here in just a second because this is what we do. But before I get to that, I want to kind of explain to you what the problem is. So if leads are the lifeblood of the business, right? And the person who controls the leads controls your business, there's some risk. And the risk that you have is chargebacks, right? They can snowball, causing any agent to lose or to fall behind, right? 1 month you have a good week. Oh man, I'm going to double down. You spend $1,000, you make 5, you make 10, then you double down to 2. And then all of a sudden you get that email, you get that message, right? And it's that clawback comes. And we see this happen often with agents where they dominate for 3 to 6 months, maybe even a year. And then they suddenly just kind of disappear because their business was taken out by chargebacks. Right. Another thing that's risky about it is lead reselling. We all know this, right? But when you buy leads too often, they just get resold, which then dilutes the validity of it. And if you call me and someone else calls me and someone else calls me, guess what the first thing I'm thinking? This is a scam, right? I filled out one thing. I was expecting one person to call me. Why are these people calling me? Now I'm confused. I'm frustrated. And I don't want to talk to anybody. So no matter what it is, even if I wanted it, now I don't want it, right? And the last piece of that is you don't own the lead. So essentially, these leads are rented. You don't own them. They're going to get sold. And it's just a matter of time before you're going to end up with a chargeback because somebody's going to come behind you and rewrite all your business. The markups, right? So the purpose of a business is to generate a customer, to sell something at a profit, pay the fulfillment, and keep the profit. When you buy leads from lead vendors, you're losing all of your margin. That's where your margins are. You're paying literally 300 to 500% more for leads from lead vendors, right? And that's what's eating up your profits. Like these costs could be costs that you could be reinvesting to kind of scale your business. Because the way it should look is you should be making sales. Let's use another green. And you should be making sales, right? And then you should be reinvesting that money back into more leads, thus making you happy, right? So you should be happy, right? But instead of being happy, you're frustrated. And that's why this system isn't working for you. So hopefully you guys are getting a little bit of what I'm trying to pick up what I'm putting down, right? And so the next thing is quality issues, right? Bad leads from lead vendors, man. It just means you don't know what the prospect saw, leading to confusion, frustration, and it makes it harder for people to buy. A confused, or frustrated, or annoyed prospect never buys anything, right? If you don't like somebody, if they're getting on your nerve, it doesn't matter what they have, you don't want it. And so this is one of the recipes and the reasons why the quality of what you're doing is so low, and why you just feel like you're just throwing good money after bad. It's because you don't have any control over the leads. Another thing is the opportunity cost, right? Right. You either invest in learning, right, and improving, or you pay the price of staying uninformed and ignorant. And that's the tax, right? That's the tax that you pay for saying, oh, I don't want to know about it. I don't care. Just give me the leads. Yeah, sure. No problem. This lead was generated for $10 and you're going to pay 50 for this lead. And right there is your 400% profit margins. So I hope you guys are getting this, right? Choosing not to learn some of this stuff is you're just missing out on the best and greatest strategies in order for you to grow your business, because you need cash flow in order to grow your business, right? And when you're scaling profitably, this allows you to put more in so that you can scale faster. So I hope you guys are getting this. And this is how my clients are getting to 40, 50, even 100K per month, like my client, Jeremy Hayes. Owning your own leads, man. When you buy leads, you're just renting them because lead vendors are going to resell them, right? And owning your own lead source gives you control and reduces the risk of you losing prospects to the competitors. Now, I realize that, reselling leads has just been around for a long time, but, we have some things come up that now, like, that's not really a thing to do, right? And you need consent, or you can get in a bunch of trouble. But imagine if you own your own source, you are generating your own, you can build your agency, you can reduce your costs, which then increases your profits, which means you're going to make more money, which means that you can invest more into your business so that you can scale it. And then you can bring on people confidently, knowing that you have a predictable system to help them to get off their job or to feed their family, whatever it is. And I know if you're recruiting and growing your agency, that a little piece of you, even if they told you that you need to recruit, right, you know that you don't really have a system that they can use if you're not generating your own leads because you're dependent on someone else. So it's like, well, this is what I'm doing. This is what they're doing. So I'm going to tell you that. And hopefully it works for you the way it worked for us. This is just the system, right? But imagine if you had a predictable system. Now you can scale fast. And that's what all agencies are doing right now. So it's not just that I'm just saying this. Literally had a call with someone and they said that all agencies are getting under one umbrella. And this is the way. This is the fastest way to scale to $1 million per month with your agency, right? The impact is just costing your profits, right? Low ROI on the purchase of leads. This is going to limit your ability to grow your business. And I keep saying this over. So it'll keep you stuck at the same level because what you want is a flywheel. You want to generate leads. You want to have a booked calendar. You want to have a conversation that converts to make sales. And then you want to keep reinvesting some of that back into your lead spend so that you can continue to grow your business, right? And the best strategy, I learned this from Alex Hormozi, which is to hire an agency, right? Get some results so that you know it works, and then learn the system from them yourself. And this is like what I learned from Alex Hormozi. I heard him say this on the podcast. He said, I paid an agency to get it to work so that I knew it worked. And then I asked them, I bought their course for them to show me how to do it. And this is how you can lower your risk for purchasing the course, because now everybody and their mama knows Facebook ads and taught Arturo everything he knows, right? So you can now learn from a system that actually was already making you money. And so this is the reason why most agents feel stuck right here. And they're in this vicious cycle here of not making any sales. And so I hope you guys are getting this. This is the vicious cycle that you're consistently seeing money to go out the door. And so what I want to share with you guys is the process that we use that is an AI-powered lead generation system, right? And what this system does is this allows you to scale faster, easier, and more profitably, right? And so with our AI-powered system, right, we collect data. The number one thing that's the most important thing for you as an insurance agent is data. Data is the new oil, right? We see that everywhere, right? Like NVIDIA or something is the third wealthiest company in the world because of they produce chips, which is a transferring and storage of information. And so the reason why our system is different is because it is AI powered, right? So we leverage AI in everything that we're doing. We collect the data because we own the system, right? We use Google data for people who have already searched online for specific life insurance already. So there's no guesswork. There's no misinformation. There's a ton of congruence. We're talking to people that are like, I reached out. How did you know? Right? They're engaged. They're excited to have a conversation, and they're qualified because we know they've already searched for it online, right? And we use that with AI-based audience. And so what most people are doing is they're relying on the Facebook algorithm. Well, the truth is that algorithm back in 2018, 2019, 2020, it was absolutely crushing. But this one thing happened since then was this iOS 14 update that just completely wrecked it. So if you're wondering why your ads are working well one week and then the cost goes through the roof another one, or you're getting your leads at a good cost, but the quality keeps going up and down, it is because you're relying on the Facebook algorithm instead of a Google data audience. And that's what we use to generate leads with our clients, right? You can get this AI-powered lead generation system and infrastructure, this lead generation AI-powered architecture, and we install this into your business so you don't have to worry about any of this. And what it does is it stabilizes your business, right? Your leads are higher quality, so you're enthusiastic. More people are auto booking on your calendar, right? The meetings that you're having are more meaningful. That's turning into deals. The business feels easier. More of your shots are going in. More clients are showing up to your calls. So your no-show rate is getting lower, right? Right now, the no-show rate is about 60 to 70%, right? Because everybody's over here relying on the Facebook algorithm, right? Or they're buying leads from lead vendors. Of course, they're not going to show up. They didn't fill out anything. They weren't high quality. They weren't qualified for what you're doing. So I hope you guys are getting this. And what that does is that leads to more auto bookings, right? That leads to you getting more appointments set, right? And with this one, we use the dialer to automate this full process, which then you're going to have more sits, right? And if there's one thing that's going to scale your business, right, faster, is if you sit with more people, you will make more money, right? And then you get more clients, which means you make more money, and now you can scale faster by reinvesting. And this is the AI powered system that we use to grow our business. And so hopefully you guys are getting this. Hopefully this is making sense. And so lastly, what I want to share with you is, we've been doing this for a long time, right? There's something that has changed in the marketplace. There's something that has changed. It's not the person who can get the cheapest lead. It's the person who can get the most qualified lead, right? So the question I want you to ask yourself is if you got all these leads for $2 or you got them for $5 or even if you got them for $10, hell, my client, Kevin Alexander, is in the trucking niche. And he pays $45 for a lead. You know why it doesn't matter to him? Because 1 in 3 people that he sits with closes every single time. So you know what happens to his business? His cost per acquisition is lower, even though his lead cost is higher. He works less. He's more efficient, and his business is scaling like crazy. So I want you guys to understand this. The amateurs are worrying about getting a $5 lead. Have you ever bought $5 leads before? How many of those have you ever closed? And what was your ROI? Better yet, what was your persistency rate on those? Right? So again, you want to focus on high qualified leads and not the cheapest leads. Leave that to the amateurs, right? And so if you're not making a consistent 5 to 10x ROI on your return on lead spend, that's what that ROLS is, right? Then you got a problem. And we just recently had a mastermind and we had some amazing people there. You can see Alex Branding here. You can see David Duford, right? We can see some of our clients that have been crushing it. For the most part, everybody in this room is doing at least $30,000 to $100,000 per month. You can see Cody Askins is in the building also as we're doing some training and we're masterminding, right? And one of the things that stood out to me was Alex Branding said, it's not AI that will replace you. It's the agent using AI that will, for multiple reasons, right? But for the biggest reason is because you're going to run out of cash flow if you keep using this old system over here, right? You're going to keep putting it on the credit card, right? You're not going to be able to get out of having your bank account on the mortgage mailers, right? Until you get a replacement. And this guy over here is just going to keep printing money. He's going to keep scaling. His profit margins are going to keep going through the roof, right? He's going to be taking more trips and vacations. He's going to be winning more rewards because he is leveraging an AI powered system. And so if this video is helpful for you, go ahead, give me a like, subscribe, but more importantly, follow me on YouTube. And one lucky person in this video is going to get a free one-on-one coaching consulting session with me. If you comment below what your takeaway is, I'm going to spend 1 hour helping you with this system for free. And all you got to do is comment what your biggest takeaway is from this video. And if you liked it, if you hated it, even if you didn't like the video, but go ahead and comment below. I'm going to pick one person and I'm going to build the system out for you as my way to say thank you for watching this video. And again, I know this works so well, right? So what I want to show you is Tierra Brown's the #1 producer for annuities. And, we got this system launched for him and we can see that like we're not just generating leads for him, right? Well, we got the AI working, which people are super qualified, which is super awesome. But the next step is we have an AI-based survey that people are filling out. And I just want you to see this right here, right? How much do you have saved up? 50 to 100,000, 200,000, 200,000, 50 to 100,000, 150,000, 50 to 100,000, 150 to 200,000, right? 100,000, 50 to 100,000. When you're focusing on the highest quality, that's when you're going to crush it. Look at this. Booked, annuity, 105K, right? He did 105K with an annuity within the first 24 hours. Again, focusing on the highest quality instead of the cheapest lead. Booked. Again, it's AI. I can't make this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 60, right? So, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing how this works. And so again, I want to just kind of share with you guys the power of how this works when you get it right. That out of the 60 leads, he had 10 of those people auto book onto his calendar that had at least $50,000 saved up for an annuity. If you had that in your business, right, would you be successful? So hope this video was helpful. All right, guys, I'll see you at the top.